Okay, now for a long overdue vlog. In my last vlog I said I was going to do more of these more often, and it's been a while. I'll go through why that's happened. There's a fair bit's happened in the area lately, so yeah, at the moment I'm out of town near a smaller little town called Eaton outside of where I live, at one of the back roads, so I'll explain where I'm going in the video, so let's go. Okay, so why has there been a big gap between the last vlog and this one? Well, if you live outside of Australia, the area that I live in was recently hit by a cyclone, which is a very severe weather event. So the cyclone, which was a category 4, which the categories go from 1 to 5, that was pretty severe. It hit about 100 kilometers ish north of where I live, and for those who do not know what cyclones are like, the worst area is where it hits and to the south, so we got a lot of wind, and then afterwards a hell of a lot of rain, so there's a lot of flooding, especially in this area I'm in right now. There's a lot of flooding here, houses and that flooded. Yeah, the town was pretty isolated in sections. You couldn't get out to the west. It was that bad that 2 of the mountain ranges where you drive up to get out west, they were cut off. One of them's completely destroyed, which is where I'm trying to head to now. I'm not sure how close I'll be able to get to where it's actually washed away. And the one which is the Eaton Range, which is the little township that I'm just leaving now, it was closed for a few days while they checked the integrity of it, because they're actually upgrading it. So there was a lot of earthworks going on, and then there was a lot of rain that hit the area, so I actually got helicoptered out to work. I work at a remote mine that's about 2 hours driving west of the town that I live in, so they were cut off. They couldn't get anyone out there, so they organised a helicopter for essential services to get out there, which is pretty full on. Just on a gravel road at the moment, so I'll turn that traction control off. There we go. Haha, that's better. It's been so long since I've ridden on a decent dirt road. I ride the bike a fair bit, but it's a lot of commuting, so it's not very often I get to do something fun like this. So I thought the weather's good today, finally got some time, so let's go for a bit of a decent ride, not on bitumen. Back to work. Yeah, that's the other reason why I can't really upload vlog videos a lot, is the roster that I work on means we travel out to work on the first day of work, and I'm away from home for 4 to 5 days, so I can't ride the bike, can't take video, and I normally get bus to work, so it's not like I ride out to work, and I've done that a couple of times. So then on your days off you have other things on, like at Easter I went camping, so I couldn't do vlogging then. It's good to see though that there are other people doing vlogging on the Africa Twin, like there's the Crumble in the UK who does vlogging on his Africa Twin, and there's Rotopix, who's a bloke up in Cairns in Australia. He's getting pretty serious into vlogging on the Africa Twin, which is good to see, and he actually goes out and camping and all that good stuff. A lot better than me just plodding around where I live. So I'll put some links to their videos if you haven't seen them before. So at the moment I'm currently on days off, so I go back at the end of the week. So wanted to get some riding in now. and then in a couple of weeks time I go on holidays for a few weeks. So I'm actually pretty excited because I'm going to Hawaii, which is probably the first proper overseas holiday I've been on. I've been on a cruise before, but you never get to spend any time on where you stop. So 8 nights in Hawaii, then the week after that I'm still on leave, so I'm hoping I can do another video or two then. Might actually get a pillion video. Might seem like I don't ride the bike much, and there's others that probably would still say that, considering I've only got nearly 5,000 Ks on it and 8-9 months of owning it. But I do a lot of short commutes, especially when I ride it to where the pickup is for work, in the mornings, at nights, afternoons. I usually do ride this unless I need to take passengers or pick up something big. I'll generally take the bike just since it's really convenient. So I've got the rack on the back, so I can put a bit of stuff on the back if I need to. So at the moment I'm on Barry's Lane. It's a little graded dirt road that joins Eaton up to the road that leads to Homebush. Not the big area near Sydney, but a little township outside of Mackay. Turn off there, and then I'll head towards Sarina Range. Now, Sarina Range is the one that's washed away. I'll see if I can put some photos up on the video. It actually was a really good spot to ride up and down on weekends. Every Sunday we used to go out there and ride up and down that because the traffic was lower. Had some good twisties. They ended up doing some patch road work on it and sort of ruined it. Become fairly bumpy, so it wasn't as good. So, and then when that cyclone hit, we had a heap of rain. It's destroyed it. It's washed away in section and doesn't exist anymore. So I don't know where the barricades are to stop people getting in there, but I want to try and go and have a look so you can see just how bad that fire looks. Pretty serious. I'm going to go and have a look at that. Actually, it does not look like a backyard fire. Okay, it's under control. That is very, very thick black smoke. Looked like it was out of control. Anyway, this is also the first decent ride I can do with the Atlas throttle lock installed. When I was doing a bit of commuting I was trying it out, but now out on the open road, works beautifully. I did change the friction pad to the next size up. With the small one in, it still moved a little bit, like the throttle would wind off slowly. With the next size up pad, works beautifully. Of course it's not proper cruise control, but it's a lot better than having nothing. It's a lot better than the arm that sits on your brake lever. Doesn't stick out, doesn't take up any room on my grip, so I'm really happy with that. Can even do no hands, not that I recommend doing that. So my excuses for not having any videos recently, except for the throttle lock one, was the cyclone. The weather was really shitty around that. You could not go riding, it was all rainy and windy, so that put a stop to it. Being at work, the roster at work means I'm away literally half the time, and I went away at Easter, so that break from work I was that way camping, so no vlogging then. No, I didn't take the Africa Twin, I took my 4-wheel drive. So now the weather's getting good. It's getting to the really nice time of year in Australia to go riding. Just before winter, or where I live we don't really get much of a winter. We still complain it's cold, but it's not as cold as the southern parts. So hope to do a lot more videos. Hope to do on some actual trips. The Africa's been running really well. I'm looking into fuel tuners for it. I'm a bit torn on which way to go. They do make an EJK for it, but I don't know, maybe for this bike something a bit higher up would be better. Not sure. I haven't really seen many people use one. There's been a couple, but I'd like to see more people use one before I bought one. It was easy with the W800 and the CRF 250. A lot of people had used the EJK on their bikes, so it was easier to see the results. They're a lot simpler motors as well. The W800s, apart from having fuel injection, is about as simple as they come. Air-cooled twin. And this 250L single cylinder, pretty simple motor as well. So this being a twin, the DCT, I'd like to see some more results before I lash and bought one. The ECU tune would be nice, but I don't think anyone in Australia does one. I'm not really keen on sending the computer overseas to get flashed. It would be nice if they had like a Woolwich race tuner set up for these, but I don't think there's much of a demand. Now this used to be where we used to ride to the range. Very nice road for sports bikes when it's clean. Lots of nice winding twisties. I used to come here a fair bit on the CV400 and the RVF 400. A lot of these water crossings like this, they were absolute chocks. You can see up on the side there, all the trash on the side. That's how high all the water was up, so that was completely underwater. And there's quite a few of those around on the outskirts of town, so that's why it really doesn't take much to isolate little areas of town, the outskirts of town. It'll be interesting to see just about where they've blocked off this road ahead. There's a couple of houses that are actually on the range, there's some driveways. Interesting to see where they've blocked it off. I want to get as close as I can. Said there's absolutely no way past it in a vehicle because sections of it are washed away completely. It's just up to the right here. Further up this road too, I think it's nearly 100 kilometres, maybe a little bit more. There's a Lotus Creek, which is a couple of properties and a service station. It's the only servo still open along this road. This used to be the highway south about 30 years ago. It was the only way to get south was this road here, which is the highway. Used to be 3 or 4 servos and hotels along the road, but when the coastal road opened up, traffic stopped coming this way. So that was the only servo left, and a lot of adventure riders and travellers would fuel up at the servo up ahead, but it's been absolutely devastated by the flooding and cyclone. I hope it does reopen, because otherwise people who ride in this area are going to have to carry more fuel, or they're going to have to backtrack a bit more inland to the nearest servos. I stopped on that route when I did the Sarina Marlborough track, which is what this way is on the CV400. That was the old highway. Local traffic only, so this is where the start of the sweeping corners were. I think the where it's washed away entire sections is up towards the top and the middle areas. It's very eerie riding up this road. There's so much stuff on the road normally because of the traffic. It's sort of tyres all clean all the shit off. So you can see bits and pieces washed onto the road. This is about 2 or 3 weeks ago now this has happened, so road's all broken up. And up high there should be sections that are entirely missing. And I say the surface wasn't perfect before, but it was nothing like this. Trees on the guardrail, that would take a massive tree to bend that Armco. More landslide, slumped out. More water washing stuff onto the road, that goes up so far. More debris. This is where I wanted to show you the amount of water it would take to do some of this damage. And yeah, that's where I'm going to stop. So up further there, I'll try and put some photos over top of the video. The road is missing completely, and I mean from the end to the side of the mountain there's nothing, there's no bitumen, so even on an adventure bike you couldn't get through there because it's just absolutely fucked. So that's as far as I can go. I'm not going to try and go past that sign. I'll put some photos up. So I've got the lookout here. Can't really see much because it's all overgrown. So go down and have a look. Now I was in my house when the cyclone hit. As I said before, it hit about 100 kilometres or more north of where I live. I still live on a coastal area, so it still hit pretty hard with the winds and that, and it's just unbelievable, the sound of the wind hitting your house, and then all the rain that we had. Some places had over a metre of rain. Now we usually measure rain in mils. When you measure your rain in a metre, that is a fucking lot of rain. So you can see that all got washed away. All before on here, this was all just grass. There wasn't any streams or anything cutting through too much, but and this is after it's been cleaned up a bit to allow cars through to get to their houses. So you can imagine what it would have been like just after the landslides and everything. So at the moment this is closed indefinitely. You can see that is massive. There's a lot of material to move downhill. So it's quite steep. You do actually climb up a fair bit of elevation when you're riding up here. Where I got stopped before was probably about the midpoint. So we used to come here a fair bit on road bikes to go up and down. People would sort of follow each other, trying to keep up and stuff. It was really fun to watch, and I'm no sports bike rider, so I didn't really participate much, but it was fun to ride up and down on your own on the twisties. Not getting in the way of all the faster riders. So there is a couple of houses here. Someone that I work with who works on a different crew to me, he actually lives up the top. I'm not sure how far from the top, but yeah, he's now cut off from his easy access into town. He's got to go the long way, and I think that's over an hour to get to Sarina, which is the nearest sort of major town. So that's quite inconvenient for him, and he was without power for 4 or 5 days or more. See all the trees, either the branches snapped or the rain washed away all the soil around their roots and they fell over. There's actually a massive tree on the highway out west, and it is absolutely huge, and it looks like the water just washed away all the base, the soil around the base, and it's just fallen over, and it's huge. Like, all the roots and that are still intact. It didn't snap the tree just simply fell out of the ground. There, you see this is a waterway. It's washed all the rocks out onto the road. All the rocks all over the road here. So it would be so good for the local street riders if they put some money and effort into making this a really nice road, but since it's not that highly trafficable, I don't think they're going to put too much effort and money into it. I think they'll just do whatever's cheapest to get it open again. It does need to reopen because the other range, which is where I started the video, if that's blocked for whatever reason, and it does block quite often with big trucks broken down on there, spills, and they're actually doing major roadworks on there, then does need to be another access point, because out to the west is a couple of other towns, and all the mines in the area are out that way. So that's what I wanted to go and see. It's a bit of a shame we couldn't get closer to show you the bits that are washed away, but I'll try and find those videos and I'll post them over the top of the video. Let's see where else I can find to go for a ride today. Maybe try and find some more dirt road.